Did you know that in 2022, Killeen was one of the most moved to cities in Texas? And it was also recently voted the best place in Texas for a first time home buyer, mainly due to its affordability, which it's ranked number 2 in the state of Texas as far as that goes. Now, if you're looking to PCS to the Killeen area, or you just want a really nice place to relocate, looking for a good place to call home, then you're gonna wanna stick around because this video is gonna tell you everything you need to know about Killeen. Now, of course, there's a ton of things to explore, and if you locals are watching the video, you should drop a comment below and tell people what they need to know about this area. I love to see what you have to say, but this is a great video. There's some great insights in it, and I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to know to thrive in this city, so stick around. So the first thing we have to address is Killeen's crappy reputation around crime. And it's crazy because I had a client reach out to me from the channel and tell me that she was literally about to have a panic attack when she realized that her family was being moved here. Well, I have a full video about Killeen's crime statistics down in the description, but the crime here has improved vastly. And I think the reputation may not be as deserved as it once was. I went to high school here, and it was pretty rowdy back in those days, but now I think it's an amazing place for families. I think you can live your whole life here and never become a victim of crime. And it also has no address, so you can't just move to one part of town and think you'll be away from it. Crime is everywhere, but it is vastly improving since the days of its old reputation. And I think living here is going to be what you make it. So it really depends on the type of lifestyle that you're living. All right, so if you know anybody who has lived here or is from here, they're all going to say one of the same things, and that is stay away from Rancier. Okay, you probably should have stayed away from Rancier, and there's not a ton of stuff on Rancier for you right now. If you're not familiar, Rener Road is one of the main strips in Killeen, and it used to be the heart and hub of the city, but it eventually got kind of ran down by drugs and prostitution and all of the bad things, right? Because it was adjoined right to the military base. But there was a consulting firm that recently came in to audit the city and see like where are some of the biggest opportunities for growth. And they found out that Rancier has the infrastructure to be the largest, most walkable section of the entire city. So you might want to actually go close to Rancier. And if you're looking to invest, that might actually be a great place for you to invest in the next 5 or 10 years because it's not so great right now, but in the future, that is going to again be the heart and hub of the city along with its downtown. So don't sleep on Rancier. You probably don't want to go hang out right there every day right now. There's great food over there though, like fantastic food, but it is not right now what it will be in the future. I feel like this video is like all about the future of Killeen, but I mean, that is the huge strength. There's so much opportunity for amazing future growth here, and the city is actually doing the right things to make sure that like we see that in the future. So I'm happy about that. So let's talk about downtown Killeen, which is actually where I am now. It used to be really cruddy, but now it is actually pretty solid here. The city has made really great efforts to bring attractions here, invest in the infrastructure and help businesses start down here so that it can be a place where you won't mind bringing your family and congregating. They've also been doing various events and festivals here so that it can really bring the community together. They would like for downtown to be the heart of the community, and I think it can be that one day, but it's got a little bit of ways to go. So if you're moving here, I advise you to get involved because the people really make this city what it is. If you get involved, you'll have the opportunity to make it better, which brings me to my next point. So Killeen has always been a transient city. I mean, it was built on a railroad. There's an old railroad station right here behind me. And then you add in the military base, and you get a lot of people who are in Killeen for a little while, but not long enough to be invested. Well, that actually can work as a bit of a strength. One, more and more people are moving to Killeen because they want to be here, not because they have to be here. And so the city's government is becoming more invested in improving the city and making it a real competitor in Texas. The other big strength is we are so centrally located to every other part of Texas, except for South Texas. Just being real. South Texas is mad far, and I don't know if there's anything you want down there anyway. But we are 2 hours from Dallas, 2 hours from San Antonio, 1 hour from Austin, 3 hours from Houston. So you can come, live your nice, quiet, inexpensive life here in Killeen, and then go to any other part of Texas to experience what this great state has to offer. It can all be a day trip. Make your way back. For me and my wife, we would do date nights in Austin all the time, or go to Dallas, Houston. That's before we had a kid, but now we just stay at home. But that's another story for another time. But that brings me to my next point. So if you're watching this video, then you are likely active duty military or retired military. And that really speaks to the greatness of this city, because a large percentage of our population is military. And this is one of the most military friendly cities in the entire world. And it's really great because a lot of people who could have hung up their boots and took off their uniform anywhere in the United States chose to do it here, because it is a very, very quiet, family friendly, military friendly environment. The cops are military, the business owners are prior military, your next door neighbors are probably prior military. And so we taking care of our veterans very seriously here. We are super big on VA loans, VA benefits, all of that good stuff. Everything that comes with being a military service member, you will find some of the best of those things here in Killeen. And I just love that. I have a huge heart for my military family. Like I said earlier, my business partner is also prior military, so it is what we do here. So if you're coming here for PCS or you're thinking about retiring here, just know Killeen is one of the most military friendly cities in the entire United States. Go Army. Let's talk about property taxes. They are high here. Now, they're high in Texas in general. Killeen does not have the highest in Texas, but we're kind of up there. Our property tax rate right now is 1.98%. I've seen it as high as 2.6%. So slowly but surely, we're chipping away at it. I know the governor has some really big plans about trying to make the property taxes lower for people that own property here. And I can see that coming in the future. As of right now, tax rate is pretty high compared to other states. So just be prepared for that. If you're coming here and you're gonna buy a house, then got to pay a lot of taxes. Sorry. So another really good thing for you newbies to know is Killeen is very much a tri-city. There is Killeen, there is Harker Heights, and Copper's Cove. They are very similar, but not quite the same, and pretty much all within 15 minutes drive of the military base. Harker Heights is more of like the bougie suburban side, whereas Copper's Cove, it serves more as kind of like the quiet, rural side of things. And it's a little bit further from Killeen than Harker Heights. Harker Heights butts right up against like regular Killeen, whereas you got to do a little drive down the highway to get to Copper's Cove. Both have really, really easy access to the military base, and they use each other's resources. I like to say, if you live in Killeen, you don't necessarily have to go to Cove or Harker Heights for anything that you need, but if you live in either one of those, then you definitely got to stop by in Killeen for some of the things that you might need. So if you're searching on Zillow, kind of doom scrolling, trying to figure out where you're going to be, and you see the city Copper's Cove or Harker Heights, even Nolanville, these are all very, very close to Killeen. They are just like Killeen because it is truly a tri-city. Another great thing for you to know is Killeen has an amazing, beautiful rainbow cornucopia of people. It is so diverse. I mean, it is pretty much right up against the military base, one of the largest military bases in the United States. And so it really mirrors our armed forces. There are people from all kinds of walks of life, all different races and cultures, and you see it in our food. It's amazing. So there is so many different types of people here. You'll never get bored, but warning, if you're a racist, you're gonna hate it. You're not gonna like it. You're just not. All right, let's talk about the culture of Killeen. And I went to high school here, and it was a totally different city culture-wise. I felt like it really wanted to be just like the larger cities, like Houston or Dallas. And it's maybe because the people that were here kind of came from those places. But over the years, Killeen has really come into its own, and we're at a really unique inflection point for Killeen because right now it is owning who it is, figuring out who it's gonna be in the future. And I think it's beautiful. If I had to describe Killeen's culture right now, I would say it is eclectic yet very simple. Kind of mirrors the military base again. Like if you know the military, like there's not a ton of razzle dazzle. Like even with the houses here, they can kind of be very cookie cutter and kind of the same. Now, it's not all of the houses in all of the neighborhoods, but it is prevalent. But there is so many different types of people here that you just add all these different flavors into the mix. So you get this very beautiful, diverse, and eclectic thing, but it's still relatively simple. Now, I think it'll grow more complex as time goes by, but right now, that's how I would describe it. And I think Killeen is really refining and finding its culture as the days go along. Killeen is also very entrepreneur friendly. Like I've had a couple people reach out and tell me that they want to open up a bar or some sort of store or business. Well, Killeen is perfect and primed for stuff like that. There's so much opportunity here for entrepreneurs to go and grow their business, especially in the downtown area that I'm walking around right now. I think there's just so much good opportunity. This is an entrepreneur's dream. So I met my wife in Austin, an hour up the road, and eventually she made me move back. But I intentionally kept the core of my business here in Killeen because I love it. I love the city. I love the people. I love the opportunity that it offers. I love the prospect of the future of this place. And if you're coming here, I think you'll love it too. Check out a few more videos on the channel like this one right here. I think they'll give you even more of a great idea of what type of city this is. And of course, there's tons to discover and tons to explore, but this is just my quick crash course. So I hope that it was valuable. If you're coming to the area and you need a little help, want to talk about your real estate goals, then me and my team would love to be of service. Link in the description, schedule a one-on-one, and let's talk. I'd love to meet you. All right, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.